Hello and good morning. It's Phil Thatch and I'm here along the bank of the Tennessee River. Maybe you can see that large boat going up the river, and I'm at the Osprey Nest that's pretty famous here in southeast Tennessee. I think there it is in the frame. And this is the site where last year the female got tangled up in some fishing line and passed away. And everybody's been worried, oh, are they going to come back? Are they going to come back? And I don't know if it's the same male that has found a new mate or if it's a totally new pair, but there's definitely a pair of osprey here, and they are doing some nest building. It's kind of early mid-March now, pretty cold. I wore shorts and I thought I was going to be comfortable, but I had to put a jacket on. It's a little chilly this morning. It's supposed to be warmer later today. But I'm going to try to use the Z50 and the 500 f4 with no teleconverter and no tripod to make some in-flight photos of the birds as they come in to the nest bringing sticks. So right off the bat, here is a photograph of an osprey bringing in a rather large stick to the nest. And on this one I was only at 1/400th of a second, so there's a lot of motion blur. Most of the shots of the day I did faster. This one is at 1/1000th of the osprey on the nest. I love that lens when wide open at f4. It just really melts the backgrounds, and they are absolutely beautiful with that lens, the 500 f4G VR. Here's another flight in with stick shot, and here is another beautiful osprey on the nest photograph. And I thought these came out really, really well today. So today I'm using, for the first time really, the strap that is attached to the 500 f4. I always keep it on here, and sometimes I'll wrap it around my tripod to where if the lens started to fall off, maybe the strap would catch it. But you don't want to use, with a lens this heavy, over 8.5 pounds, you don't want to use a strap on your camera body because it's bad for the mount. But this lens came with this really sturdy strap that attaches right to the lens, right in this area. And so I can do birds in flight photography without having to constantly hold the lens. Sometimes I'll put a monopod on this lens, or usually, but then you have to pick up the monopod too for birds in flight. So I'm trying it like this. Now today I'm using autofocus continuous, and my focus area is wide area small, which I found is about the best way to do birds in flight photography with a Nikon Z series camera. I think Nikon recommends dynamic area, but I have better luck with wide area small. So I'm just waiting for the osprey to fly in, and hopefully I'll get some decent pictures for you today. I love it when you can get them looking right at you when you make an in-flight or on the nest or perched on a tree branch. I just love it when you can get them looking right at you in any photograph, I suppose. And this is a shot of the osprey on the nest, and it was fun to make a photograph of it as it was stretching its wings. And in this one it stretched its wings completely out of the frame, but I just thought there was something about this shot, even though some of the bird is cut off, that I thought was pretty cool, so I went ahead and shared that one with you. And here's one of the bird in flight, and a lot of my shots will be ISO 250, 500 f4, 1/1000th, because I was doing manual, and that just fit the light that day, and it made the light on the bird just right, even if the background was bright sky or if the background was trees on the other side of the lake. It still exposed the bird right. This was a situation where using automatic ISO or any other automatic mode would not have worked as well, because with a shot like this, if I was in an automatic mode, it would have underexposed, and if there was a dark background, it would have overexposed. But here's another one with the bird looking right at us, and I call this type of photography high key, when you're on a cloudy day and you completely blow the sky out and make it completely white while having the bird nicely exposed. I call that high key wildlife photography. It's been a little while since I last checked in, and I've really enjoyed photographing these birds. The activity has kind of settled down a little bit. One of the birds is in that tree right over there, and the other one is out flying around. And also I saw a bald eagle way over there along that tree line. You know, I was able to get it in the frame and see the white head with no stripe. It was 100% an adult bald eagle, but I didn't get an acceptable photograph of it. You know, I got some Canada geese. There's a double-crested cormorant over there that has kind of unusual coloring. It's got white on its breast. It looks strange. I may try to get a shot of it. And also there's a great blue heron right over here fishing that I may try to photograph while the osprey activity has kind of settled down. But this was definitely a good choice coming here this morning, for sure. While things kind of settled down, I photographed other things, including these two folks who were absolutely flying as they came down the Tennessee River in their bass boat. And this next shot I had to crop quite a bit, so I wasn't even able to fill the frame with it in this 4K video. But this is a belted kingfisher in flight made with a Nikon Z50. Pretty cool. Here's an eastern phoebe, beautiful, cute little bird that I photographed there at the location where the osprey nest is, or near where the osprey nest is. And this is that double-crested cormorant. I love this photograph. It's almost a minimalist shot, and the water was really smooth right then. This is not a long shutter speed. This is 1/1000th of a second. Here is a beautiful great blue heron. Looks like it's in breeding plumage as it was fishing near the osprey nest. And then here is kind of a far away shot of the osprey coming in for a landing with some more nesting material there at the osprey nest. You can see there's just some pilings that look like telephone poles sticking up, and they build a nest there every year. Here is an American bald eagle, very far away, but I had to make a photograph of it. Apparently they have a nest somewhere near there. And here is another photograph of the osprey as it's bringing nesting material into the nest. You can see I'm still in manual, but I've sped my shutter speed up to 1/1250th. I was getting a little bit more light, and still more light here at 1/1600th as the osprey brings in still more nesting material. Now there was a pretty stiff breeze, and this is a takeoff shot. The bird just kind of jumped up into the air and started flying into the breeze until it started moving forward. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And here's the return with another branch for the nest. And as you can see, I'm up to 1/2000th of a second now. And then the bird caught a fish, and I made some photographs of it in the tree nearby as it was preparing to eat the fish. In this shot, the bird's looking up as if to see if that eagle was going to come try to steal his fish. And now he's kind of wrestling the fish around until he can get it in his talons in a way that was good for eating. And I love this next shot. The fish is like, why in the world did I swim so close to the surface of the water? This is going to be a really, really bad day. And Heather made sure that I shared this next shot with you because she thought the osprey there on the nest looked really funny and kind of unusual. So I went ahead and shared this one for Heather. Well, that was a lot of fun hanging out here, seeing the osprey. Brilliant photographer, professional photographer by the name of Dan Williams was here, and I got to hang out with him for a while, and he's just a really cool dude, fun to talk to. He told me that the male is the same bird from last year, and he's just acquired this mate a couple of days ago, so that was interesting to learn. He said that the male had been dancing around with a fish trying to lure in a mate for the last several days, and he finally got one, and so that was fun. And I also made some 4K video, which I'll probably show to you after the end of this video because I made a lot of it, and I'll probably just kind of show it to you at the end. And you know, you can either watch it or go do something else because there's quite a bit. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video and come hang out with me for a while. If you like the content, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.